in nurturing future stars. With the successful conclusion of the Ibadan finale, MTN Champ Season 4 has once again reinforced its commitment to grassroots sports development while discovering promising talent who could shape the future of Nigerian athletics. The Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, has said that the ongoing Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME, recorded minimal challenges across the country. Professor Oloyede said this in Ibadan today at the University of Ibadan CBT Center during a routine monitoring visit to computer-based CBT centers in Oyo State, where he described the exercise as largely successful, noting that only a few centers experienced issues mainly related to power supply and minor technical faults. Professor Oloyede explained that the board had adjusted the examination schedule from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. in response to feedbacks of public concerns over early arrival times for candidates, though the change had led to longer waiting periods for some candidates. Professor Oloyede also warned candidates and parents against engaging with fraudsters offering exam runs or score manipulation, as JAMB has intensified efforts to track and prosecute such individuals, revealing that several suspects were already facing prosecution for exam malpractices. The Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Command, CP Abimbola Ayodeji Olugbenga, has today engaged key stakeholders in Ibadan land, comprising of the mortgagees, traditional leadership representatives, and members of the Ibadan Peace and Security Initiative in furtherance of its commitments to community partnership, intelligence-led policing, and enhanced public safety across Oyo State. According to the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Anyolade Olayinka, the delegation was led by the President of all Mortgagees in Ibadan land, Mogaji Ashimiyu Ariori, Mogaji, the Coordinator of Ibadan Peace and Security Initiative, Dr. Nuruddin Akinyade, and the head of all ballets in Ibadan land, Bale FD Ige. During the engagement, the stakeholders expressed profound appreciation to the Oyo State Police Command for its consistent support, swift response to distress calls, and sustained collaboration with community structures in maintaining peace and security across Ibadan land and beyond. They further assured the Commissioner of Police that members of the Ibadan Peace and Security Initiative have undergone relevant training and are fully prepared to work closely with the Nigerian Police Force and other security agencies in the collection and dissemination of credible intelligence to enhance public safety. The Commissioner of Police, in his response, appreciated the initiative and commended His Imperial Majesty, the Olubadan of Ibadan land, for his foresight and continued support for security collaboration in the states. In several busy areas such as Bodija, Iwo Road, Dugbe, and Ojo, large heaps of refuse have become a common sight, especially along major roads. At various markets, some traders are raising concerns over the growing waste pollution, which they say is beginning to affect their sales and drive customers away. In this report, Agidigbo FM news correspondent Mercy Alade examines how poor waste management is impacting traders, especially in Bodija. Here is the report.
Over the years, waste pollution has become a major environmental challenge in Ibadan. Rapid population growth and improper disposal of refuse have contributed to the accumulation of waste in many communities. This situation has raised serious concerns among residents and environmental experts who says improper waste disposal could lead to health risk and environmental degradation if not urgently addressed. Some market traders in Bodija have raised concerns on how waste pollution is affecting their sales. Residents says the situation will become more worse when waste collection trucks fail to arrive regularly. Some residents said they need more containers to prevent illness in the market. A well-meaning Nigerian, Mrs. Ellen Okpara, said the waste agency are trying, but Bodija is a large market that needs more containers.
Before this one full, another one should be there. But the people carrying it, they are trying their best. But as we are seeing it on the floor like that, it does not make sense at all. When I was there, if they put the dustbin today, tomorrow evening or afternoon, they will come and carry it. You know, the whole, that is where they are packing it. So if they do that mistake not to carry the second day, that means you have to meet something on the floor.
A resident of Ibadan says more logistics need to be provided to match the amount of waste in the market.
From my own perspective, I would like to tell the government to change where all these refuse containers are. It's not always right here. Or they should always come on time to pick them. Maybe at intervals, it can be daily or twice in a week. It will be highly appreciated if they can follow that procedure.
A yam flour trader, Mr. Oloye Olubemiga, says sometimes it is the residents that burn the refuse if they don't see the agency.
Oyo State government should always come and pick the containers regularly so that it won't cause more pollution to the environment.
Waste management in Bodija market is still a major challenge, with overflowing bins and dumped refuse affecting both health and the environment. Collaborative efforts between the government and market association and the communities are essential to ensure sustainable waste management in the area. Mercy Alade reporting for Agidigbo FM.
With the noticeable change in the prices of goods and services, everyday market transactions are no longer predictable for wholesalers, retailers, and consumers. Across major markets and street kiosks in the ancient city of Ibadan, the cost of basic food items and household needs continues to fluctuate within short periods, sometimes changing within the same week. For many families, planning daily or weekly expenses has become increasingly difficult as prices that were affordable at the beginning of the week may no longer be the same just days later. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Azizat Ajibola reports on how these prices fluctuations are affecting Nigerians. Here is the report.
The current market realities of Nigeria shows that the price of goods or foodstuff on Monday can be different from the price on Friday in the same week. The changes can either be a decrease in price or an increase in cost of wholesalers, retailers, or consumers. Amidst the current price of petrol, Nigerians have experienced a significant change in the prices of essential goods such as rice, beans, garri, cooking oil, and transportation. A visit to various local markets shows that the cost of these items changes frequently, making it difficult for families to plan their daily expenses. A young Nigerian named Mrs. Oluwabusayo gave her own opinion on the increase in prices of goods.
Because as we that is selling market now, we base the market on the transport fee. So we calculate it based on the transport fee. So if the fuel come down now, so definitely our own market will not be rising and falling.
A businesswoman, Mrs. Omomi, explained why price is fluctuating and how it affects their business.
The reason why market is going up and down is because the increase in dollar rates. If you go to market today and we buy goods for 10,000, we buy it 15,000 naira. If we ask them what happened, they say there is increase in dollar rates. So that's why market is going up and down.
From her own point of view, a market woman, Mrs. Olaide Joda, emphasized on the reason the price of goods rise and fall.
As we are selling market, we use transportation, going and buying of the goods. When the price of the transport is too expensive, we base it on the price that we are going to sell the market. It can cause the rising of the market.
The increase and decrease in prices of goods and services remain a key economic issue, influenced by supply, demand, and other external factors. Changes in the prices of goods and services continue to impact both traders and consumers. While some factors such as fuel price and supply challenges contribute to rising costs, efforts must be made by relevant authorities to control inflation and make essential goods affordable for the public. Jehovah.
Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
From Kulanza, Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola. Meningitis vaccinations are being offered to young people in Dorset after 3 cases of the disease were discovered. All 3 cases were among school children in the Weymouth area according to health officials. Antibiotics and main B vaccinations are now being offered to young people currently in school year 7 to 13 across Weymouth, Portland, and Chickwell areas of Dorset. United Kingdom Health Security Agency said the cases were confirmed between March 20 and April 15th, and that those affected are recovering well. The 3 students affected have received treatment, and their close contacts have already been offered antibiotics as a precaution. Health officials warn that this particular strain of MenB bacteria is transmitting more widely among young people in Weymouth. First Minister John Swinney has told journalists that he is confident that Scottish National Party will win a majority at next month's Scottish Parliament election. Recent polls suggest that the party is on track to retain its status as Holyrood's largest party, having been in power for almost 20 years. Swinney made his boldest prediction, claiming the SNP will win the 65 seats needed for majority. Such result, he insists, will provide a mandate for a second independence referendum. Scotland voted by 55% to remain in the United Kingdom in 2014, while the SNP insists another majority would again open the door to a referendum. And that ends the news from Kuliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damlola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. Iran said on Saturday it was tightening control over the Strait of Hormuz, warning mariners that a crucial energy corridor had been closed again, while President Donald Trump said Tehran could not blackmail the United States by shutting the waterway. Tehran said the move was in response to the continued U.S. blockade of its ports, which it described as a violation of the ceasefire. Supreme Leader Mojtaba Amini added that Iran's navy was prepared to deliver new bitter defeat to its adversaries. The renewed headline stance has injected fresh uncertainty into the conflict, raising concerns that oil and gas shipments through the strait could remain disrupted as Washington considers whether to extend the fragile ceasefire, even as Trump said the United States was holding very good conversations with Iran but would not be pressured. 15 people deported from the United States who are reportedly from South America have arrived in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the first group of an unknown number of people that the U.S. has expelled, which the Republic of Congo had agreed to take in. The government in Kinshasa has stressed that their stay in the country is only temporary and that Washington is funding their reception, support, and care. Earlier this month, when details of the deportation deal first emerged, the Congolese government said the decision to receive what are known as third country migrants aligns with its commitment to human dignity, to protecting the rights of migrants, and international solidarity. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Welcome back once again, now in the exciting world of sports. Ademola Lookman stands on the verge of a major milestone in Spanish football as Atletico Madrid face Real Sociedad in the 2026 Copa del Rey final at Estadio de la Cutiga come 8 p.m. today, where the Super Eagles forward chasing what would be a first major domestic trophy in Spain. Atletico head in the final, targeting a record 11th Copa del Rey title, while Real Sociedad are seeking only a fourth crown, with both sides arriving in Seville, carrying contrasting recent form and history in the competition. For Lookman, attention is firmly on his rapid rise since joining Atletico from Atlanta in February 2026, with the forward quickly establishing himself as a decisive figure in cup competitions. Lookman played a central role in Atletico's semi-final triumph over Barcelona, scoring and providing an assist in a commanding 4-0 first leg victory in Madrid. Although Atletico lost the return leg 3-0, they advanced 4-3 on aggregate, with Lookman's early contribution providing decisive in securing their place in the final. That impact has placed the Nigerian forward on the brink of history as he looks to become only the second Nigerian player ever to win the Copa del Rey, following Emmanuel Amunike's triumph with Barcelona in 1997. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. JAMB registry says board recorded minimal hitches in UTME, warns against exam fraud. Our Police Command engages mortgages, Ibadan Peace and Security Initiative over community policing. 3 cases of meningitis B confirmed in Dorset as scores of school children got antibiotics. The Republic of Congo accepts 4 sets of deportees from United States. Lukman High's first athletical title in Sociedad class. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a stepping stone towards it. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo, 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am OLAMIDE BADMUS. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission, OISEC, has called for continuous collaboration.
We bring you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
Southwest Nigeria and the rest of the world.
As clarified